Rutherfords family.
Marriage to jealousy.
Truth or it's fantasy, yeah.
We're doing everything.
Cause there's so much to talk about. Sit still, let's brew it out. Bitter and sweet, ice and heat. Let's take a drink of honesty.
What's up? What's up? What's up, good people? What's up, family? How y'all doing this morning? I believe it is enough light. Y'all tell me what's up. I don't know. You tell me. Like how that look right there.
It's enough light?
I don't know. I hope that's enough light. I think it's enough light. We'll just go with that. What's up? Good morning. Good morning. Come on in and say good morning. Don't be rude. You, your mama, daddy, uncle, somebody will raise you right. Even if it's your friend. I don't care. What's up? Good morning. Good morning. How y'all feeling this morning?
We feeling good, Brother Greg.
All right.
How you feeling?
I'm feeling good. Boy? I am feeling good. I'm a birthday man. Grown man. Respect me. I did. I enjoyed my birthday. Hey, how you doing? Look at this. How you doing, love? It's good to see you.
Good morning.
It's good to see you. Hey, thank you all for joining us for yet another hour of Honesty with the Rutherfords. I'm your boy, Brother Greg, Minister Greg, Pastor Greg. Whatever it is you need me to be, I'm there at your service as the Lord wills. And
I'm Antoinette.
She is Antoinette, the Mrs. Rutherford. She ain't taking it back, ain't changing that name because it's been good to her. You understand me? All right, so look, something like that. But look, hey, yeah. Excited about just being here today. Tired from yesterday. We had a good time, man.
A blast.
We had a blast yesterday, y'all. Honestly, I don't know how you make a work day so fun, because we were in the studio for hours, right? And we were building out some things in the studio. So we're working, but then at the same time, you have such amazing people doing great things and just loving on us, man. We had, so my cousin is a producer, Jamon Harold, one of the best producers you could ever come across.
Yes.
Jamon is killing the game, okay? Killing the game. So he's been working on our music. And before we even went in to work on the music in the studio, the whole family was there. And as I walked in the door, they loving on me. They got this cake and they got balloons all over the place. I'm like, man, come on, man. We supposed to be working, man. We supposed to be working. And I just loved it, man, because I love it when people make you feel special, want you to know how special you are to them. Yeah. And it just meant the world to me. It could be simple to anybody else, but I'm telling you, it means the world to me when people just take the time out to just say, I just want to show you how much I love you. And if you knew his family and our family, Jamon and Tamika Harold, they call us their babies, okay? We call everybody else our babies, but they the only ones older than us that can call us their babies.
Period.
We are truly their babies. Jamon is my big cousin, but he has been nothing short of a big brother to me. And you talk about mentorship, guidance, love, and gleaning from one another. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Pouring into one another. And my voice is never too short where he doesn't listen. And his voice is never too long where I feel like it's too far for me to reach. He's always there, and I'm always there with him. So I just love it. But his family loved on us. Man, listen, let me tell you about these Flanagans. The Flanagans, okay, Ariane and Kirsten Flanagan. I know you all saw their testimony a few weeks back. We had them on the show and they talked about going into full-time ministry. Let me tell you something. If nothing else, hospitality has been a master craft of theirs. They have literally shown us the greatest level of hospitality that we could experience. My goodness. And I'm full. I'm so full. The gifts that they've given, the love that they've poured out on us has been nothing short of amazing. Like, I'm full, man. I don't know if y'all ever just felt that way, like where you just feel full because of the people that just love on you. That's how I feel.
Don't tell them how they made you cry.
No.
Your cry baby.
I ain't, no.
Greg cried all day yesterday, y'all.
Man, look.
All day yesterday, but
I was like, why am I crying so much? What's going on? You know how when something happened, you be like, Is everything okay? Like it's I was crying all
Man.
day yesterday, and it wasn't tears of sorrow. It were tears of joy, man. I was just so happy with what's happening in my life and being able to just take it all in, man. Everybody ain't been able to do that. I'm only 32, and I feel like it's a nice big mark, but a lot of people be like, boy, you only 32. I'm only 32, and man, I'm telling you, I'm grateful
Yes.
to be able to be here at 32. Because if you knew the stories of how I almost didn't make it, boy, you would you'll be grateful too. So I'm telling you, it's absolutely amazing. But without further ado, let's go ahead and let's jump on in, because I just want to just know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? I want to throw some things out there as well so we can have some discussion. But look, let's go ahead and jump right on in. Give me that steaming hot topic.
Mhm.
Britney Spears.
Oh, baby, baby.
Britney Spears apparently aborted one of Justin Timberlake's babies. Okay. When they were younger, this is early 2000s, they were dating, of course, and apparently their romantic relationship was very serious. And Britney ended up pregnant, and Justin decided he didn't want to be a father. He said that it wasn't the best time, and this is just her speaking on his behalf. He said that it wasn't the best time for them to have a child, so she decided to abort the baby. They decided that it was best for her to abort the baby. This is um, this is Oh man, look, you have no idea, Miss Henderson. I'm gonna talk about that later on. That's the fullness. We gotta talk about that later. But anywho, so Brittany aborted the baby, but because Justin and both she and Justin decided that it was best for them not to have the baby. Brittany goes on in her memoir where she's talking about her life and how this basically caused her to spiral out of control. On the stage, she was a robot, so she did what she was told to do.
Mhm.
But off stage, her life was crumbling. She didn't even know how to come back from that. And you know what I thought about? I was like, how often do we sit and we look at somebody famous and we be like, boy, that famous, tearing them up. And really, it's regular stuff that people are going through every single day that's actually causing the downward spiral, because fame caused them to have to still operate because they have a dedication to their job.
Mhm.
But then behind closed doors, they destroying themselves. Like they have no other outlet. They don't even know what to do. They can't turn to nobody. They really can't talk too much about stuff. We have all these people in our lives who speak to us and speak to different things in our lives, but they don't have that. And
Really
you
don't.
see,
Nope.
you see this woman. When Britney shaved her head, we was like, "What's wrong?"
Yeah, Britney Spears been going through.
Hey, we was like, "Whoa, what's wrong with you, girl?"
Yeah.
She started looking all weird and stuff. We was like, "Hey, man, Britney wasn't looking like that at first. What's going on with Britney?" We were so busy judging and going off and flipping and talking about everything that we didn't even think, man, this girl is really dealing with something. Something else has to be wrong.
Outside of the control that she felt like everybody had over her life,
Yeah,
from her family. You know what I'm saying? Anytime you got to go through court with your daddy, that's enough.
that's a lot.
You know what I'm saying? That alone is
That's some making stuff right there.
wrecking emotionally. You know, this
Yeah.
is my dad. I shouldn't have to take you to court. You should have had my best interest at heart.
Yeah.
But one of the things she said about the abortion was the fact that she just couldn't bounce back from it. She felt like it took pieces of her as a woman.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? So that's very, very tough, especially if it's something that she probably just didn't really want to do.
Yeah.
Or if she was in a relationship with somebody and this is the outcome, I get pregnant, I think that we're in love, and this is what you tell me.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I think a lot of times, even in our everyday lives, we go off the fact, well, the boy told her he didn't want the baby, or this and this and that. And it's like, if I'm in love with this person, we kicking it, or whatever the situation may be, and then something like this comes out of the situation.
Yeah.
Because let's just be honest, who's really ever ready to have a baby?
Hoo-wee.
I'm 5 in. And today or tomorrow, I ain't ready. I'm just being ready. I mean, I'm just being real. So I love this person, and I'm in love with this person, and I'm growing with this person. I think we got something special. And then a blessing, you know what I'm saying, comes out of the situation. And the first thing that come out their mouth is get rid of it.
Yeah.
You know, that alone is crushing to me.
Man, and then she talks about how much she actually did love Justin Timberlake. It wasn't like this was a fling. They had been friends. First of all, remember they were on Disney together, wasn't they? On the Mickey Mouse Clubhouse together?
That and what's the other show? It was another little Star Search type show.
Yeah, they were. So they've encountered each other for years. So you're thinking about the building of a friendship. Then they're both in the spotlight now. They're both in fame, and then it's like, oh, everybody's like they will be the perfect couple, right? It just makes sense. They're cute together, all of this stuff, and then boom, here comes this crash. And I will speak to this just for Brittany and Justin, but thinking about multiple people who are in the spotlight, like we really don't take the time to think about them as people. We only see them as like robotic,
like fame. Orlando Brown.
Yeah,
Orlando Brown, the robot, the screws came loose.
Oh my God.
Forget not having no marbles, baby. The marbles scattered all over the table. Ooh, Orlando went through something in the public eye. Amen. And a lot of people like, oh, he got a hold of some drugs and all this and that. He could have, but have you ever been around somebody who just lost it? You know what I'm saying? Just because of the pressures of life, the things that they're going through. You also got to understand, in Hollywood, there's spiritual warfare around us every day, all day.
Straight up.
But it is heightened like so much more in the entertainment industry.
Yep.
So to be dealing with things, everyday things as kids, you got to think about these are people who came into the spotlight as kids, people that are fully developed, people that aren't even sure who they are all the way, people who got people using them at a young age. Can you imagine being 9 years old and people only want to be around you because you got money? You know what I'm saying? Like these people went through things that we can't even imagine at a young age, not just for money and fame, but people are really after their soul.
Yeah.
So they losing it. And I mean, Orlando was going, hey, y'all seen him on the thing, or blah, blah, bleep and doing all of that. Ain't no music on and he's scatting. It's okay. But he really was.
I'm sorry.
That's not funny.
I wasn't trying to laugh. It happened.
Now, back to our regular schedule. But for real, they be losing it.
Hey, man.
They be losing it.
So it's like, man, it's important to really think about people as people.
Yeah.
And think about the fact that they are people, they're struggling, whatever it is that they're dealing with. Like, we should be somebody. I mean, I know we have those who go out and advocate for the famous people, but like straight up, like, who's really praying for these people? Like, for real, for real. I remember when Tasha Cobbs, when it came out about Tasha Cobbs saying that she was praying for Beyonce, and everybody flipped about praying for Beyonce, praying for Beyonce. This is the thing. Tasha Cobbs could have encountered Beyonce in some capacity, and in that encounter, Beyonce could have mentioned the Lord or even talked about her once found relationship with the Lord or whatever that looks like. And if that was the case, then Tasha saw a hope that she knew she needed to pray for and intercede for. Yeah. Why torment her for that? Why shut her down for that? And this is the thing. Like, I know that many had issues with that. I'll be the first to tell you, pray for the believer and then pray for the unbelievers. Witness for somebody to witness to those unbelievers so that they can become believers and build up the body of Christ. But at the same time, like, for those who are operating on a stage, realize that their robotics look different from their personal life.
Yeah.
So it's always going to look different from what they're walking through personally. So that's all I'm saying. They don't have
time to process stuff. You think about a person getting bad news. We can just call off work.
Right. We be
I'm just being real.
we be like, hey,
I ain't coming in
I
today.
ain't coming in.
My
man.
auntie died, and
they,
I ain't coming.
They like, you got a
People
contract.
getting bad news soon as before they go on stage, and there's nothing that they can do about it.
They got to go on stage and be. They got to go
Nothing
on
they can do
stage and
about
be.
it.
And if it doesn't fit for their image, they can't mention it.
That's
They can't mention it. They can't just get up there and say, "Man, this hurt." You know, you remember when Whitney Houston died? Oh Lord.
Don't do that because I still hurt when I listen to
Man, that's
her
my
music.
baby. That's my girl. But you remember when Whitney Houston died and Bobby Brown was at a show that night he found out, and he went on the stage and he started to cry. It was conducive for his image. But if something else had happened that wasn't conducive for his image, he would have had to go out there and be
Put
who
on
he
the
had to be
show,
on the
not
stage
mention
and
it.
not even mention it. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
So
we all need those mental health days, and they don't get them.
They don't get them.
I'm
They
just
don't
being
get 'em.
honest.
They don't
Some
get
of them probably feel like they can't afford to take those mental health days because a lot of them are financing their families. I'm just being real.
Yep.
So they don't feel like they can afford it. Contracts don't permit. They got to sign NDAs.
Man,
It's a whole bunch of logistics wrapped up into just being healthy mentally.
Yep.
Or just being a person, period.
Yeah.
So, Brittany, I'm sorry. I pray that you get the healing that you need. She seemed like she's still kind of on left field. She was on the internet dancing with knives and stuff. You know, I don't know if she was trying to be Houdini or what she was trying to do. She said they was fake, but with Brittany, you never know. I ain't gonna lie. How you doing?
What would you say?
What? She was trying to see her like the dude on Soul Plane. She just dancing with the knives. Just dancing. I'm like, okay, Britt.
Hey, man, what? Okay.
We're praying for the stars. Pray for Jada Pinkett.
Yeah, please, y'all.
August
Alsina,
Shakur Smith. We gotta pray for her.
It's a lot.
Because she getting on my nerves. Man. If she come out with something else, I'm gonna smack that head. Because at this point, you
I'm tired of it. Shut your mouth. Shut your mouth. Listen.
I know we was talking about Britney Spears, but
okay.
Yeah. The girl that came out with stuff, and it's just like Jada.
I don't know why I'm cracking up today.
Because I'm just waiting on her to just come out with something silly like, these ain't really Will Smith kids.
You say something like that. Like straight up, no, for real.
The girl said she admitted that she sold drugs back in the day. She admitted, the girl just going, I don't see how this gonna help her book sales, but
she's there in the spotlight.
Now she's saying that her and Will are committed to doing anything that it takes to get their relationship back together.
No, y'all been separated.
How you doing? How y'all committed?
2016.
And you sitting up here, this man just lost his Oscar nomination, Tony Award, and all of that for smacking somebody for calling you G.I. Jane, and you crumbled. You dropped the ball on that, but I don't care what nobody say. That was your husband. You were supposed to stand beside him. I don't need nobody rescuing me. Girl, I'm sick of. Woo. Look, please don't give her no more ammo. Like, for real.
Lord.
I'm sick of her.
Okay. All right. We
gonna pray for her though.
No, for real though. Jada.
But that's deep. Britney Spears dealing with real life issues and dealt with real life issues, and she just was not able to. What did we talk about last week? Everything was about his last week. She wasn't able to get to a healthy point in her life to deal with those things, and it doesn't help with not having the right people around you to help you filter those things. You, even when you famous, I believe that you need people around you, Jada, to say this ain't worth it.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? If this is something you're going through, deal with it. But let's deal with it. Let's get through it. Let's get to a healthy point where we can talk about some of these things, share it as a testimony or as inspiration to somebody else. But right now, you just bleeding all over the place.
Yeah.
I know you got a contract. Guess what? You might have all money ain't good money, baby. You done made enough money. Get somewhere and get you some healing.
Or in the midst of the contract, whatever those breaks look like, let's utilize those breaks and make them the best, right? You have a contract, you're prepared, you've done the things that you needed to do. Now, let's make sure we take the time in between times to get the healing that you actually need.
True.
So, making sure we get you get to the foundation of things, you know what I'm saying? And then also, I thought about not just with her, you got Justin Timberlake. I don't know what man wouldn't have dreams about the fact that they push someone to the edge like that, or even have made a decision that altered someone's life like that. Like, come on, man.
Yeah.
Man, come on. Like, Justin, great music, great artist, but is it worth the sacrifice?
Well, you got to think about what he going through too.
That's what I'm
Somebody
saying.
was probably telling him, "You don't need to have no baby."
Yeah, no, she trying to trap you.
Yep.
This gonna eat everything for you.
Yeah.
Everything you worked for since the time you were a baby.
Come on, let's act
You
like
wanted
we don't
this.
have these conversations
Like, come on.
in everyday life.
Exactly.
And the dude ain't work at Walmart. Who trying to trap you at Walmart?
Yeah.
Oh,
You all right? Did this happen to you?
no.
Okay. I want to make sure.
I'm just saying. Think about the everyday conversations that we have with our with our thousanders.
Yeah.
And these people, what's like they would say, more money, more problems.
More money, more problems.
Girl, she trying to trap my son. Your son stay in your basement. Ain't nobody trying to lock him down there. What are you talking about? Nobody trying to trap him. Girl.
Woo!
I felt that because people say all kind of off the wall stuff every day.
They do.
I be in the midst. And I speaks up, they get mad, especially when I get to talk about their sons.
They be shooting their little shots. But I'm just saying, like, Justin, like, even if you did have that type of advice, I'm hoping that somebody did try and warn you. Yeah. But now it's like, submit to the process of healing. Man, like, both of you all, you know, it's coming out now, but I'm hoping that this is not hindering. Justin is now married, right?
I don't know.
To old girl from he married to old girl from Seven Heaven.
When you see us smiling faces,
he married back at me. Seven Heaven. Y'all know that girl he married to.
Jessica Biel.
Yeah.
Okay, that's nice.
So Justin and Jessica, right?
That's nice.
Here it is. Y'all got y'all stuff going on, and you know, hey, I hope that you're taking the time to get the healing that you need, because there could be things showing up in his marriage that would unveil this stuff. I don't know what it is about that marriage covenant.
But this is the crazy part, though, babe.
What's up?
What if he is healed and moved on, and she just stuck?
That's possible.
Well, she got stuck. You know what I'm saying? Outside of everything else that she was dealing with personally, she ended up getting stuck. Yeah. And I don't know if you guys remember the testimony that Greg gave early on in the show, where he had to go back and apologize to somebody.
I was just thinking about that.
Because of the way that he handled them. He mishandled them. He knew that it wasn't going nowhere. He knew that he didn't want anything, but he played.
I play with their emotions.
You know what I'm saying? Play with their emotions. And that actually did cause some type of rift in that person. It really did. So how many times do we go back and apologize to people for things that we may be over? You know what I'm saying? Or even how conscious are we of the decisions that we're making, the things that we're saying to the people around us? We're going to move on from it, but somebody might not move on from it.
But you know what? As much as it, I love this, because truly it took maturity, but you know what it was driven by? It was driven by love. But just because I played with the person's emotion don't mean I didn't care about the person at large, right? As a whole person, I cared about that person. I loved that person. I wanted to see that person whole. I just didn't want to be with that person, right? I just did. That wasn't a thing.
Sorry,
so while what is that? What is wrong? I did not want to be with that person. I didn't desire a relationship with that person, but I played with their emotions. So I was responsible and held accountable as a man to say, hey, you mishandled someone who was also still younger than you. You mishandled them and you play with their emotions, and now they're spiraling out of control. You don't even know what they're dealing with in life or what's going through their head. And the way it impacted that person, I'm calling them, they like, hey, what's up? How you doing? How y'all been? You know, and they just talking. And I'm like, hey, I got to talk about something. I'm sorry that I hurt you. I'm sorry. I sure did want some chocolate.
He had
sweet tooth.
I guess he was trying to use the situation to make me jealous.
It wasn't even just
and
using
he saw
the situation.
That I wouldn't move.
I was really trying to get past my own hurt and my own trauma.
Yeah.
So while I was trying to work through my own hurt and trauma, Antoinette at the time was saying she didn't want me.
Don't do that on here.
No, can we
Hey.
be this honesty?
You'd have had
You
a
should
good
be telling the
birthday.
story. Yeah, it's true. But you
I
should be telling-
was. It's not that I did not want him.
No, I know she wanted me. Okay. But I'm saying I know she wanted me, but she was afraid to open up and admit that. So me feeling some type of way and my insecurities and my hurt from the time I was in my childhood trauma and all of this stuff builds up, and I feel rejected again, dealt with rejection, right? So I feel rejected, I feel hurt, I feel down. So now I have to bump myself up. So that wasn't the only person that I was playing around with. You know what I'm saying? I was playing with a lot of people's emotions at that time when really I knew who I wanted. It was hard to be a man and stand on that and still fight through my fears and my issues and my insecurities. I had to build off of that. I had to grow. So I don't know what's the song called? How Will I Make It Work? We wrote a song called How Will I Make It Work? And it says there were these insecurities that I never really faced. And there was this voice inside of me telling me I was made to be great. But do I walk it out by faith?
Come on, Anime, you wrote the song.
I forget.
You wrote the song.
Forget the lyrics. But do I walk it out by faith? I'm trying to move forward, but I'm stuck in place. Literally, we find ourselves in that all the time. Like insecurities that you never faced, they're still there while the rest of the world and everything inside of you is saying you're supposed to be great. Oh, you're gonna be a great man. Oh, you're gonna do this, you're gonna do that. So I'm trying to pursue greatness, but the insecurities I never really took the time to deal with.
Yeah.
So since I've never dealt with it, now I have to face them. And then it says, do I walk it out by faith? I'm trying to move forward, but I'm stuck in place. How many times have you said, I know I'm supposed to be great, but you don't deal with the real dark issues in your past? And so because you didn't deal with the real dark issue, how often do we get to talk about the lyrics in our songs? We really should talk about it.
You wrote the songs and don't be knowing them,
I
though.
be forgetting the
But
lyrics.
go ahead.
But they're so powerful. But how often do we really take the time to say, hey, I'm not walking just this thing out by what I know is faith or believe. I'm going to walk it out by faith. I'm going to do the work to make sure I walk it out healthy.
I'm going to tell you something that was so good yesterday, right? So I was talking to my sister, Kirsten. We're here in Nashville. And somebody was about to lie. And she told them, what you lying for? Ain't no reason for you to lie. Instead of you lying, think about what you're afraid of that's keeping you from wanting to tell the truth. So I sat there. I'm eating my tacos, but I'm listening. What is it in your life? Because there is a point in our life where we hesitate, where we hold back, where we're not as open, where we're not as honest, where we're even not even being who we can really be to our full capacity, because there's something there that is keeping us from capacity. I said capacity.
No, sometimes we say come. I don't know what St. Louis died.
Capacity. Come forward.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Capacity. You know my tongue kind of fat.
I'm sorry.
Capacity. What is it? Stop it. What is it that's keeping you from going full-fledged on who you are supposed to be? Is it past hurts? Is it past insecurities? Is it past pains? It's something in the past that's keeping us. I bet you any money Justin Timberlake didn't know Britney was finna do that. Peer pressure. It's something that's keeping you from going forth and being all that you're supposed to be.
Because peer pressure is perceived to be only something you deal with as a teen, and peers are the people that you are amongst, the people who are around you. And remember, when we become adults, our peers are older now. And most of them are older, a lot older than us. So now they're persuading us to do even more stuff that we wouldn't even thought to do, because they have a broader palette for stupidity, So yeah, peer pressure.
For what?
Stupidity. I'm serious. I'm serious. Y'all know. Man.
But seriously, now we grown. We at this big old age that we at. This friend might have money, so we feel like we're supposed to be doing what they doing.
I can't deal
Trying
with
to
you.
keep up with the
I'm
Joneses.
not gonna play with us. She's over the Joneses, the Rutherfords. Please, baby. Please. Give me a decibel of the Jones.
Do you hear me? Put another comment in my account.
I need some decibels, commas.
But seriously, now that we're older, I feel like peer pressure is worse when you get older.
It's worse.
Because like you said, you have, not only do you have the influence, but you have the avenues to influence. You might have the money that'll influence. You might have the degrees that'll drive influence. You might have a lifestyle. You know, when we're younger, it's just stupid stuff. We're just being honest. It's dumb stuff. That's what we always say. We did some dumb stuff when we was kids.
Yeah.
And it was peer pressure. But now, at this big adult age, and I keep saying that because it's big adult grown people out here that's still being influenced by the wrong things and still allowing other people to get in your ear when you need to be solid and whole in what you are and who you are. Get the healing that you need so you can walk your own path.
Yep.
Okay?
Yep. And so when you're thinking about dealing with those insecurities and those problems, a portion of facing that is going back and saying, I'm going to fix this. And then, so it says, I'm trying to move forward, but I'm stuck in place. It says, how do I take that step? Broken, and I know I need some help. When will I ever know my worth? Yeah. We wrote the heck out of that song. I didn't even realize. I promise you.
You gotta get that last line.
It says, but all of the lives I've touched, how could it mean so much if I never get healed first? Right? Let me say it again. How do I take that step? Broken, and I know I need some help. When will I ever know my worth? And all of the lives I've touched, how could it mean so much if I never get healed first? All of the stuff that you're dealing with in your life, man, listen, I'm going to go listen to it again today. I feel like crying right now.
I'm going to post the link. Y'all listen to it today.
Y'all listen to it today.
How will it work? By as one.
How will it work? Listen, when it comes down to your life, how often do you allow
good morning
things to rule? What's up, y'all? How often do you allow things to rule your life because you haven't gotten the healing that you need?
Oh, thank you.
Thank you, Tamara. I love y'all, man. Oh my gosh, I love y'all. But okay, so how often do you continue in the path that you're walking in and you really didn't get the healing that you needed to get? And you impacting all these people. I had gotten to a point where we were doing ministry. And doing this ministry, people coming back, you powerful, man, you don't know how great God is using you. You speak this and you've spoken this. And then God was like, yeah, boom. Now I need you to go back and I need you to reach some of the people that you broke. Because the same people that hurt you, the goal was so that you can go and hurt someone else. You didn't do it the way they did it. And it's so subtle how that works. You don't do it the way people did it to you, but you do it in a different form. So what happens is it's the same strategy with a different vehicle. That's it. It's the same strategy. You're still fixing up these vehicles and you're trying to make it just work and just get from point A to point B. When God designed you to go from A all the way to Z, you have no endurance because you have not dealt with the issues that are stuck before you. How will it work? How will it work? And I mean, man, look, I'm gonna just leave that there.
You want to leave it there?
What was your verse? There were
some gifts inside of me that I never knew had purpose.
Wait, there were some things from my past.
There were some things from my past, Justin Timberlake, that I never thought would surface.
There are some things from my past that I never thought would surface. I promise y'all we didn't plan this, but we're just going to go with it, okay? Let's see what happens.
And there were some gifts inside of me that I never knew had purpose.
There were gifts inside of me that I never knew had purpose.
Look,
so check this out. Hold on, check this out. So there were some things from my past that I never knew would surface and gifts inside of me that I never knew had purpose. So watch this. So while those gifts are brewing, the things from my past are trying to fight up against the gifts. I can't see purpose in what's in me because I'm stuck trying to fight my past.
Come on, brother.
And then what does it say?
I'm trying to think of it. Dang, he was getting good.
Gifts inside of me that I never knew had purpose. What's the next part? I
But
can't
as
remember.
I live my life, I see.
As I live my life, I see
there is so much more to me.
How do
Yeah.
I make it
Yeah.
work?
Yeah.
What is it? How do I make it work?
How do I make it work?
Mm.
Taking all the pain and all the hurt that I've dealt with in my past.
Yeah. What did I
do right now that can help me turn it all around into something that will last?
Yeah.
How will it work?
Man, listen to that. Yeah.
We're gonna listen to that today.
I'm listening to it, man. That's some dang, man.
Gotta deal with that hurt, man. We gotta deal with the root issues so that we can be better and that we can be healthier and so that we don't inflict pain on other people.
Yeah.
We talk about it all the time, even with relationships with our children, things that we dealt with in the past, getting healed from that stuff so that we are not dealing in the same generational cycles and the same generational curses.
Yeah.
It's a
oh, we love you, Sheena. You know we love
it's a fivefold ministry.
Yeah.
It is. It goes all the way around, even with things that you could deem as good.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of people, we talk about that, where they things that they didn't have when they were little. Now that they're older, they overcompensate in those areas with their children, and you handicapping, you enabling. And I get it. You want to give your kids stuff that you didn't get.
Coming in a different form.
Whatever.
It's coming in a different form.
But you still neglecting them in a certain area.
And you're still wounding.
You're still wounding.
Deal with the stuff so that you can do what it is you need to do. Not so that you can be great. I'm gonna say it this way. Don't deal with it so that you can be great. Deal with it because you are great. If you deal with it so that you can be great, you're only doing it so that you can get to a certain point. So it becomes a task on your checklist. You're literally just checking it off. But if you deal with it because you found out that you were great without a stage, without a mic, without eyes or views, without likes or comments, without friends or anybody else connect, you were great because God designed you to be great, period. You're already great. So deal with it. Deal with it because you are great. And because of that, then you don't have to worry about checking off a checklist. All you're doing at that point is you're responding from greatness. That's it. You're not checking something off. You're responding from greatness.
That's good because oftentimes we say, I'm going to go ahead and have this conversation because I don't want to have this conversation no more.
I'm more guilty.
But instead of coming at an angle of, I'm going to have this conversation. I'm going to have it as many times as I need to have it, one. Yep. But two, I'm going to have this conversation because I'm better than this.
Yep.
I'm better than this. I'm not going to allow this to torment me anymore. I'm going to be whole. I'm going to be healthy because I deserve to be whole and healthy.
Yeah.
If we never get in a relationship again, if you don't even forgive me, that's okay. But I'm doing this for me.
For me.
You know what I'm saying? So looking at things from a different perspective also brings a level of healing that we all need.
Yep.
That's good, Greg.
Yeah.
Let me call these people and go off on them today because I feel good in my spirit.
Because I'm great.
Because I'm great. I'm about to redo your rights.
Hello. I'm calling you because I'm great. I want to let you know something. No, you know, and that right there alone will help you forgive when you realize how much forgiveness you actually need. Mm-hmm. I spent so much of my life trying to forgive others. Yeah, in high school, I remember being so hurt and broken. My mom died when I was 16. What you look for the charger? It's in a computer bag. Hey, look, come here. My mom passed when I was 16. Go ahead. I'm gonna share this and then we can get this. Okay. But my mom passed when I was 16 years old. And this is what happened. Okay. She passed away. At 16, I have to finish 2 more years of high school. All she wanted, that's all she kept saying is, I want you to finish high school And she told me, she said, you never give up on God. She said, whatever God is doing in you, you have to make sure that you're ready to be it. You're ready to live it out. She said, you cannot give up on God because the world is waiting on you. You have to plug it in back here. The world is waiting on you. The world is dependent on you. They're looking for you to be great and do great things. She was like, you cannot give up on God, right? So I was dedicated to that. I was devoted to that very
Just
thing.
wait a minute. Just wait. Plug it in and then talk. People don't want to talk to your neck.
I'm sorry. Okay. Sorry. So I'm devoted. I'm devoted to making sure that not only do I finish high school, but I also walk with God and continue to walk with God. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it seemed like all hell broke loose after that. Like, my attitude, of course, was already at a certain level. So I already had a certain mindset, like I have to make it on my own, right? I'm bouncing from house to house. It wasn't because I didn't want to stay in places. I was scared to stay places because I felt like everybody was going to die on me. Wasn't dealing with that. Nobody could talk me through that. So what was happening was I would get close to somebody. I'll stay at their house for about 6 weeks to a month, a month, 6 weeks to about 3 months. And after staying with them from 6 weeks to 3 months, I instantly start to withdraw from them. And they like, what's your problem? Why are you acting funny? Why are you acting weird? Yeah, I was so terrified that somebody else was going to get sick and die on me that I was like, I don't want to get too close to you. Because if you die, then I won't have to deal with that pain no more. I won't have to deal with letting go because I don't know another loss that I can actually take. So I would withdraw and disconnect myself. I would go around my siblings for so long and then I'll run away. I'll be gone. They wouldn't see me for time, for weeks at a time, months at a time sometimes, because I can't deal with looking them in their faces because I love you so much. I might lose you and I can't take losing you. Nobody could walk me through that process. I only had to deal with that on my own. Getting to the school and having teachers who were like, no, you're going to graduate and we're not making excuses for you. You're going to be great. When I had a teacher tell me you're going to apply for college, I'm like, are you going to tell me what I'm going to do? They was like, no, you're going to apply for college. If you don't like it, then you don't like it, but you're going to college. Y'all were so amazing at McCool South Berkeley. Y'all have no idea. Mentally, I felt like I was dying. At one point, my health had went down on me. I don't know what was going on. I couldn't walk. I didn't know what was happening, but it was clearly depression that was trying to take over my body. While all of that was happening inside of me, y'all was the driving force inside of me, outside, saying, you're still great, but you're going to have to prove it. You can't just expect to be great and put no work in. You're going to have to prove it. And, we had you all loving on us and building us up. McCool South Berkeley was a family of nothing else.
Family.
It was a family. Y'all, the teachers was aunties, mamas, uncles, daddies, cousins, best friends, daddies. we had a whole community there that loved on us. And because God was speaking through you all, because God was being who he was in you all, and you all were just being great where you were, that helped us to excel and be all that we needed to be. You know what I'm saying? Yep. Yeah, when we got pregnant with our first child. Can we talk about it?
Talk about it, brother.
Other people were saying, family members were saying, where the money for the abortion?
Yep.
Our teachers at school, y'all know what they said? What y'all doing to move forward? What's the plan? Okay, y'all gonna make it through this. Y'all fine. Listen, people have done worse. What y'all gonna do to move forward? One of them asked us, what Miss Strong? She said, when y'all getting married? We was like, getting married? I knew I wanted to marry her. She was just like, I ain't getting married right now. She's like, when y'all getting married? Y'all love each other. Y'all clearly love each other. Y'all best friends. What are y'all doing? Like, why y'all waiting? When you have people like that pouring into you, you have no choice but to respond out of greatness and be great in everything that you do. But when the world seems like it's crumbling around you, it's hard to make those decisions. So like I said, I was hurting, but I was hurting other people. I was just doing it in a different form. They were hurt. I felt like I was hurt and rejected by so many people. They kicked me out because they got mad because they felt like I had attitudes. They kicked me out and they never took the time to say, this boy was broken and hurting because his mama is gone. And not only did she die, but he watched her die and held her hand while she took her last breath with nobody else around him. It was him and her. What thoughts were running through my head? I didn't know how to escape that image. So everybody looked like her to me. That last breath, everybody, when I got too close to you, all I thought about was that last breath. And I was like, so Miss Walker, now you see why I gave you such a hard time since you're on here. I'm serious, because Miss Walker was so vital to our walk as children, as teenagers. She was always there encouraging, always there motivating, and putting us, and then we would always do something stupid.
Greg would always do something stupid.
We would always do something stupid to make her upset, and she'd be like, look, maybe we need to scale this back. And we loved her, but I didn't know how to say, I'm broken and I'm terrified and I love you like a mom, but I'm scared to lose you. So I don't know how to get close to you right now.
Yeah.
So you're getting too close, so I'm scared. So I rejected that,
That's
and we dealt with that
up
too.
In that lady classroom.
That's why I used to act up.
Getting me put out too.
Yeah. No, that was you.
Dragging me along.
No,
see what I'm saying? When you hurt, you're dragging folks with you.
But it's best for you. It's best for you to deal with your issues.
Deal with them.
Deal with your pain. And then at the end of the song, yeah, it says,
"Go, Miss Henderson, I ain't did nothing."
It said, yeah, that was her. And you knew her. You saw both of us walking down that hall together. You knew it was her. I know you do. We know you do, Miss Walker. You always have. You always have, and you always have shown us so much love and care, and still do, and to our children. Oh my gosh,
they taking over, and I'm kind of jealous.
Oh my goodness, Miss Walker, look, we be calling, we say something we need or we want. Miss Walker, she be like, oh, let me see. We say it's for the kids. She be like, okay, here, I'm sending it over right now. Here, I'm on my way right now. Here, I'm showing up right now. She never misses a beat, and we love you so much. You're our mom. You always have
been there. Every baby I done had, Miss Walker done been there.
She was there at the hospital,
man. Every single time we have crying. She was like, I need to come spend the night.
She was always there.
Right there.
She was always there. And it says, how did you make it work at the end of the song? We're gonna wrap this up real quick. How did you make it work? You took all my pain and all my hurt.
Write that song.
And you turned it. What is it?
See, you was doing good.
Yeah.
How did you make it work?
You took all my pain and all my hurt
that I dealt with
my past. Yep. And how did you how did you turn it around? And then it says, God, you made it work.
You made it, yeah.
And when you realize how he made that thing work out for you, not the churchy side. I'm not talking church, okay? I'm talking spirit relationship, field relationship with God, like real relationship with God. He makes it work to where the people in your life have now become pillars in your life, where they're not just people, because people die, people fall away, people fall out, and relationships shift and things like that with people. But pillars will never fall. Pillars will never break down. Pillars will never remove themselves. They know they're vital to how you stand and to you standing in your well-being. They'll never remove themselves, no matter how long of a gap it is for you to acknowledge that they're there. If you hid them behind a wall, and listen to me, if you have hidden them behind a wall and have not acknowledged them in a while, they never remove themselves, because they're pillars, not just people.
Ooh. You think about a house, because my uncle in construction.
Okay.
You think about a house, right? Mm-hmm. And you can see that pillar. You can see that thing, that wall that's standing up there. You're like, man, we got to turn that down.
We need to remove this wall.
He said, no, we can't turn that down. That's the one that's holding the house.
That's the one that's holding the house.
But what we can do is we can build something around it. We can paint it. We can sand it. We can dust it.
Because it's blocking a view that you desire, that you think is best. But you know what? That's okay, because pillars will stay in position. Pillars will stay in position. And that's how God makes it work. I'm sorry, y'all. He sends pillars to position themselves and never move out the way. And so while your life is looking like you're trying to figure out if it's going to work, if things are going to be working for the good, and what's really going to happen in me. And he sends all these people, and he's like, I got you. I had you this whole time. Listen, I can name so many people. My godmother, Angie, listen, I can name so many of my friends. Oh my gosh. My sisters and brothers, like I can name so many people, not so much my brothers, but we working on a I can name so many, I'm gonna be honest, I don't care. I can name so many people who have been pillars in our lives and they never remove themselves. Even when our relationship has to shift and alter, we couldn't talk as much. They have been great pillars. My best friend, Jay, like I can just go. But as much as they are in our lives, we have seen, I love you too, baby. We have seen great transitions from people to purpose.
Yeah.
And from all of those transitions, God literally was making it work. And at the end, it said, "You took the things from my past." No,
don't mess up my part. You traded beauty for ashes.
You traded beauty for ashes.
Like I never thought you would.
Like I never thought you would.
You took the worst parts of me.
And you turned it for my good.
Come on now.
You made it work. He made it work for you. He always has been working for you. He's never failed you. He's never left you out. But you have to depend.
Look at Tamara's on the right, Greg. Don't mess
it. Tamara, be ready.
You know what I'm saying?
Don't mess it up. Hey, I wrote the song.
You know,
and
I told you.
Hey, man.
I made tripping this morning.
Man, but I'm telling you, when I say it's working for our good. It's working for your good. Not in a churchy sense. In a real life sense, he turned it all around and it is working for the good of those who love him and are called according to his purpose.
I think we should reflect on that. What are some things in your life that is working for your good? Things that honestly hurt you as a child or hurt you in this area, but it's made you better today.
Yeah.
Things that I went through as a child helped me to be a better mother to my children. I'm just being honest.
Yeah.
And where I thought this was meant to turn me down and this is meant to cause a separation between me and this person. We love you too, Auntie.
I love you. Auntie.
And happy anniversary. I missed your anniversary. I'm so sorry.
Happy anniversary. Happy anniversary.
But those things that I thought were there to damage me and those things that did honestly damage me in a way, but it caused me to be able to look at things from a different perspective, which caused me to be able to say, you know what, I don't want to inflict this pain on anybody else, or I want to be this in somebody else's life to prevent them from going through this or to help them go through this. So I think we should reflect on that today.
That's important. I'm gonna ask you this, and this is our sip on this. So let me go on and put it up here because I always forget to put it up there. Okay, there we go. Sip on this. Y'all ready? Go on and take a sip. Go on and take a sip, people. Sip on this. Watch this. Y'all ready?
Watch this. Go ahead.
God's word never returns to him void. So why do you? Let me break it down. If God's word, his word will never.
Beautiful.
Come on. Thank you, sis. Oh my gosh, I love it. I love you. I love it. I love it. Look, if God's word never returns unto him void, as he said in his word, my word will never return unto me void, but it set out to accomplish everything that it was set out to do. So if his word is spoken and it won't return to him void, it's going to come back fulfilled. This is where this comes in at, Miss look, Miss Henderson. This is where it comes in at. When you talked about that fulfillment. The fullness, right? Fulfillment. That's filling it up, okay? When you fulfill a word, you've accomplished what it's supposed to do. You've done the work that is necessary in order to see this thing at its fullness, at its full potential, right? All things that the purpose that it was supposed to fulfill, you've done it. The question is, if his word does not return to him void, why do you continue to return to him void? What am I saying? How many times do you keep going back to God, praying, saying, God, I feel like I'm lacking. I feel like I don't have. I feel like this. I feel like that. And you're wondering why you're lacking, but you still ain't done nothing that you had to do in order to fulfill what it is that you're supposed to fulfill. His word won't return to him void, but you keep showing up void. It's a problem. Hold on.
Talk to him,
it's a problem.
Greg.
Can we sip on this for a second? Because we got to hold each other accountable. Because it's not just the feel sorry moment. What this is this is a feel fulfillment moment. That's what I'll say. It's a fulfillment moment. This is the moment where you don't look to fulfill yourself, but you look to fulfill your purpose. Where you realize that it's more than you, it's bigger than you. And if it's all working together for the good of those who love God and according to his purpose, for the good, not for who good. We turn around, we say for your good, for your good, for your good. And I love the fact that you can put yourself in there, but it's bigger than you. It's for the good of those, not just you. For those who are called according to his purpose. That means there are people working in conjunction and parallel to you who are supposed to be working with you and working in you and around you. And as you all are working together, this is supposed to be working out for all of your good, not just yours.
Because honestly, how many of you know healing don't feel good? Healing don't feel good. That's why a lot of us don't want to do it.
Oh,
what you say? People want praise for the work they won't do.
For the work that they won't do. They won't put no work into it. You keep coming back to God void and you expect him to fill you up. His fulfillment was already in the word he gave you, and it's going to be accomplished. It's going to do all that it's set out to do, but you have to do the work.
You got to put in that work.
You got to be ready to put in the work to be all
y'all
that
say it all the time. Faith without works is dead.
And it's true.
Put in that work.
Put in the work, and you know what? Watch God fill you up completely. Because his word that he spoke to you, the promises that he made to you, they are already ready to be completely worked out in you. But you have to do the work. Stop coming back to him empty-handed. You keep coming back to him. He gave you something, and you come back and you say, I lost it. I can't. Boy, that make me so mad. I don't know why I turned into a 4-year-old, but it made me so
that's
mad.
That's what we look like to him.
That's what it make me so mad with my son. I give him $1. We give my son $1. He walk around. I don't care nothing about all that. You can hang that up because I have to work through this with my baby. Listen, we give him $1. He walks away, and with that $1, I got $1. He put it on the forehead. I got $1. He walk around the house, he do all this. I'm like, oh, he gonna rip the $1. I'm like, he ain't getting another one from me. Okay, so he walk all the way around the house.
We get to the store.
Get to the store where you're supposed to use the $1. Because I said, well, let me hold it. No. I got it. I want to hold my own $1.
Oh, come on, Greg.
Listen, I tell you, I know this. I say, let me hold it. I said, let me keep it for you. I'll give it back to you at the store. No, I want to hold my own $1. I can hold it myself. Go all the way to the store. We in the car. I could have sworn I saw the $1 somewhere. Now we're transitioning to the store.
Come on.
Now we're on our way to the store. And I'm going to let you break this down real good. But now we're on our way to the store. And I could have sworn I still saw the $1 somewhere around him. He done picked it up, laid it down somewhere. We get to the store, get inside of the store. I say, son, what do you want? He goes to get something, right? I say, I'll even pay your taxes. Watch this. You ready? I'll even put more on top of it. I'll pay your taxes. Just get something that's $1. He will go and pick up something that's $1, get to the line. And I say, where's your $1? I'm only paying the taxes. Where's your $1? I don't know, Daddy. Where did you put it? You just had it. I don't know, Daddy. What did you do with it? I don't know, Daddy. Where did you lay it at? I don't know, Daddy. Son, I gave you something.
It is good.
I expected you to have it because now it's time for you to use it and purchase what is going to benefit you. This is the reason why I gave it to you. Now it's the time for you to see the reason why I gave you what I gave you. And now you're telling me you want me to pay in hopes that you will find what you misused, mishandled, and never were able to spend because you were so focused on, I have $1, that you didn't secure it and make sure you had it for when it was time to use it. Go. Me as a father, and I'm telling you now, if you know me and you know how I am with my children, you know how I ain't playing. We get to that line, you don't have your money, put it back. He want to lay it on the car, on the thing, and just let the people put it back. No, walk back through the aisle and go put it back to where you got it from. The same place that you got it from, because when you picked it up, you were not sure that you could pay for it. Listen, listen. I'm a quit because okay, I'm a
worry about that.
Watch this. You picked up something that you were not able to pay for because you mishandled what I gave you to pay for it. You've been dealing with things in life for so long, and you've been struggling and having a hard time with things in life because you keep picking stuff up that you mishandled the funds that God gave you to take care of it. What are you doing? So, you know, when he walks all the way back, it's the walk of shame. I'll tell you, if it ain't nothing else, he walked back with his head down. He puts it back and he walks to the door with tears in his eyes, and he cries and cries and cries. And I walk out the door. I have a bag full of stuff. Some kind of daddy I am, right? No, I have a bag full of stuff. And while I'm walking out with my bag, he has nothing in his hand. And we walk to the car. He searches the car high and low for that dollar. He doesn't find it. We walk into the house. He searches the house high and low for that dollar. He cannot find it. The truth of the matter is, the time of going to the store is over. I already went. So we ain't going again until the next day or next couple of days. But he searches for that dollar. And then watch this. When he's not even looking for it, he finds it. But now he has no need of it because he's not even thinking about what he wanted at the store anymore. But he finds it. He gets excited. You know what he does? He comes back to me and he says, Daddy, I found the dollar. Where'd you find it at? He tells me where he found it at. And I say, son, do you want to hold on to the dollar or do you want me to keep it? He'll put it right there on my counter and he say, Daddy, can you please hold on to it? And when we're on the way to the store, then you can give it to me. But I don't want it before then because I might lose it. God is giving you some great things. You know it's yours, but you keep trying to hold on to it yourself. Realize that what he's giving you, if you place it in his presence, remember I didn't tell you he put it in my hands, but if you put that in God's presence, it's well kept. So the gifts and the talents that he's giving you, if you keep it in his presence, it is well kept. So that when it's time for you to use those things, that's when he say, remember, it's right here in my scope. I can tell you exactly where it is. So now it's time to use it. Here you go. And this is what I've been saving this for. This is what I gave it to you for. But it was best kept in my presence. You better get in the presence of God and you better deal with the things that you haven't dealt with. It's time to see God make it work, but you better be working with him. You got to be working with God. Okay? That's all I got. There you go.
Everybody, it's time for tithes and offering.
What is wrong with you,
man?
That
is so good.
Okay.
I'm over here thinking and reflecting now.
Look, we want to be better. Go ahead and post that in a link drop.
Oh, it won't let me post one.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. But we got to do better. We got to be better, and we'll see better, y'all. We'll see better. I promise you. But don't keep coming back to God void, and you know he filled you. His word was fulfillment enough. You just want your own fulfillment. Yeah. Get over yourself and start to fulfill the word that God gave you. Stop bringing it back to him empty. He told you to do this. Obedience fulfills. Stop coming back to him. God, it's like I'm trying, but you know you ain't tried. You know you ain't did what you needed to do. Like, stop playing like he dumb or something. He not. Okay, I'll be the one to tell you. Nobody else tell you. I tell you, he not dumb. And he not taking no foolishness. No, he's going to hold you accountable. Stop coming back with empty words and empty actions. Live it out. Walk it out. And watch God fulfill it.
Y'all know when we say, make it easy for God to bless you.
Make it easy for God to bless you. Straight up. And realize that the blessings are more than what you can obtain monetarily. It is what is your soul prospering.
Yes.
It is your soul prospering. So you may have been waiting. It may have been hard for you. It may be tough for you right now. Yeah, a lot of people are struggling right now, having a hard time. And these are a lot of people who are believers. Okay, but I will tell you this much. God's word will not return to him void. If he made a promise, he meant it. And he will keep it. And this is a part of your testing. This is a part of your trial, because how much more full will a word be if you worked out all that you needed to work out? He first purges you and empties you, and then he fills you up. So realize that the same way Job had to be restored, he had to have some things taken away from him, because I got to cleanse you out in order to fill you up with true restoration. And then that way it won't be tainted by you. It'll be full of me, my presence, and the glory of God and everything that he desires us to encompass. So that's all I got.
Ooh,
that's
it. About to go into another word.
That is it.
Because just because he took Job wasn't a bad guy.
Nope.
What the scripture
Job was actually
about Job?
he was upright.
He was upright.
He was actually a good guy. Great guy.
The things that he took away from Job and had to restore to Job was to listen to Job.
Mm-hmm.
Job had to see him for who he really was.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't that Job was doing anything wrong, that he was in sin, or none of that. He was an upright man.
No, I'm not doing it.
But what does it say at the end of Job, Brother Greg?
Listen, Job 1 says he was an upright man, more upright than anyone else in the land, right? And at Job 42, it says, Job says, I thought I'd heard of you with the hearings of the ear, right? In other words, I heard people speaking about you. He said, but now I see you, and I abhor myself, because I thought my righteousness was enough. So all these years I've heard of you, but I never really saw you. Now I see you. God will remove everything. Stop. Lord have mercy. I knew it was coming. How did they pull all of them in? We done with that. Look. These balloons that got caught in the fan.
Sorry,
listen,
y'all.
God will pull everything that needs to be pulled out of you so that he can fill you up purely. Job didn't miss anything that he lacked or lost, because what came afterwards was what was going to last. He made it work. So that's it. Love y'all. Thank y'all for joining us. I'm Brother Greg. Thank y'all for joining us for another hour of honesty. Love y'all. Peace.
Faith or its family,
marriage to jealousy,
truth or its fantasy, yeah.
we're doing everything.
Cause there's so much to talk about. Sit still and prove it out. Bitter and sweet, ice and heat. Let's take a drink of honesty.